XO Insights. I am joined by Narayanan, Country Manager of Checkpoint Software Technologies. Hi Ram, how are you doing?
Great to be meeting you again at a platform like this. Very exciting.
Yeah, nice to have you. So we can just start with what are you highlighting this year at GISEC?
We are kind of doing quite a lot of things. Of course, our participation this time is at a much higher level. We have our own booth where we are showcasing our technology, and our partnership with the technology partnership that we have with AWS, with Radware, with Wiz, as well as with our distribution partner TechBridge. We are also kind of doing our thought leadership sessions on the main stage as well as in X Labs, so that how in today's context of AI, how it is defense versus offense, and how it can get organizations to use AI effectively. So those are all the conversations that we are having in GISEC, and it's a very interesting platform. From a technology point of view, cyber threats have evolved over time, and customers are looking for certain specific solutions because of the transformation that they're going through. So it actually opens up quite a few areas of concerns and security gaps that they will have. So they're looking for a kind of a consolidated, comprehensive platform which is kind of AI driven, and that's what Checkpoint Infinity has to offer, and we are showcasing the whole Infinity architecture and the solutions that comes, so that it's kind of consolidated, unified across their physical network, endpoints, end users, cloud, so that every aspect of what they would be looking to secure can have a solution. And the beauty about it is it's kind of unified, so that they have a complete visibility of what is going. It's very unique, and this is exactly what is resonating with our enterprise customers. So we are here to kind of amplify that message. And the other dynamic shift that we are seeing is in a hyper-connected world with the era of AI. The architecture and the speed and what is happening around, the customers are also looking at a shift as to what should be the kind of defenses that they should be putting, so that it is not about reactive, it's more about proactive, it's more about preventing it even before an incident would happen, or fastest time to react to an incident, from an incident to kind of remediation. So these are all the things that they are kind of looking for, and this is precisely kind of what our focus is with our hybrid mesh architecture. So I think it's an interesting value proposition when we talk to our customers, exactly meets their requirements. So in a way, with hybrid work on one side, employees working from home, partly from branch offices, distributed IT setup, cloud migration, physical data centers, and so they're looking at many different solutions. They're looking for next generation firewall, they're looking for denial of service mitigation, they're looking for kind of a SASE solution to protect the hybrid workforce, and the hybrid mesh architecture is what is bringing all of this in together. And we are very happy to see that our platform is bringing all this together, and this is what we are kind of discussing with the customers and kind of amplifying it. And of course there are different technology solutions behind each of these, but overall the architecture and the platform is what we are kind of looking forward to present.
So what are your expectations, or what do you aim to achieve from this year's exhibition?
Means it's not like one specific outcome. Of course, the main outcome would be to kind of bring to the market and the awareness around the set of products that we have in terms of our network security, which is the Quantum, the cloud security, which is CloudGuard, and the third aspect is our Harmony suite of solutions, which takes care of email, endpoint, SASE, and anything related to end users and access to corporate applications. So this is on the product side. But on the other side, if you see, there are a lot of services aspect to it, and customers are not looking from one angle. They want to look at the risk, and this is where we are kind of showcasing one of the recent acquisitions that we did with CyberEnt, which has now become part of our portfolio, the external risk management solution. So this is something that we are highlighting, so how customers can look at their whole asset base and the risk associated with it, and what kind of steps that they need to take. So this is kind of purely from a product and a solution perspective. The other aspect that we are looking at is the technology partnership that we have. So we have our technology partners like Radware, Wiz, AWS participating with us, and our distribution partner TechBridge being part of our booth. The only reason is that we believe that the solution that we build together, because it's not only about the technology, it's about the technology, the product, the solutioning around it is very important. And customers are looking at more of an open garden approach, where they don't want about one technology, it's about few technologies that kind of gets integrated, and then eventually they get the value of the overall integration, but not to lose visibility or have gaps in between. So I think we are showcasing our technology partnership. And the third outcome, which is very important, is the conversation with our customers and partners, and kind of reinforcing what is kind of our view of the world and how they are seeing the kind of challenges that they are facing, and kind of amplifying our partner ecosystem so that they can understand and then take it to their customer base and add on top of it their services, because it's not only technology, it's services also that come. So kind of more integrating the channel ecosystem partnership along with our own product positioning.
And can you share some light on like how organizations can use AI and ML for their improving the threat detection, but not compromising on the security?
Yeah. So AI today, AI and ML has been around for some time, even though it has now got the hype and the discussion. It's probably Checkpoint has been using AI and ML in our backend for a very long time. So I'll tell you some of the use cases which are very relevant. On one side, on our product side, the Threat Cloud AI is the brain behind of all our solutions, because it kind of analyzes data from global sensors and then kind of feeds the threat intelligence into our firewall, into endpoints, into email security, into cloud, everything, so that the threat intelligence goes across all the asset classes and the form factors. So this is one case of AI behind the scenes. Customers have started to use AI on the front end, where let's say you take security operations center, where they're kind of parsing millions of logs. It's humanly not possible for somebody to go through the amount of data that they would get. So AI is coming into the fore to kind of analyze those logs and then finally get to a point where they just need to action on certain things. And it also helps to kind of taking incident from kind of detection to kind of doing automation, so that it can move to prevention in the fastest time, so that if it's a phishing or if it's a ransomware attack, it doesn't stay for long, it's kind of contained in a way. So these are all kind of use cases where we see AI already being used by enterprise customers. ML has always been there, and the patterns are evolving because it cannot stay static, it kind of evolves. And we are starting to build those engines in some of our solutions. I can give you one very classic example of email security. So where we build kind of a ML engine for that specific customer based on their pattern, so that we understand what is the baseline when something goes about, it's not along the baseline, something which is suspicious, which is not adhering to their baseline, then we kind of understand that something malicious is happening, and then kind of alert, take quick actions if it is to be remediated. So all those things are kind of use cases that we have already starting to see. But AI use case has many dimensions. On the other side, this is something which is from the practitioner side and from who is trying to defend. Today we also see attackers using AI in the same way what defense side is trying to use. And that's why if you see phishing emails, ransomware attacks have become so common, and AI is behind the scenes to kind of help that happen. So I think this is how we see various use cases, and then it's continuing to evolve by the day.
So how do you think organizations should build a truly human-centric cybersecurity strategy?
See, technology can always be doing things behind the scenes, but eventually without the human interaction, it doesn't kind of eventually reap the benefit. So we at Checkpoint, we always believe that human centric approach is always better, and we keep users or humans as part of everything that we do. Technology is enforcing it. So what we do in all places, people don't see this security technology as a hurdle, but rather they become kind of understanding of why the technology is like this, and we have been able to make them also follow those best practices, understand the value that is coming out of it. So then eventually the users also become part of they don't become part of a problem, but they become part of the solution. So I think this is in a way that we do, and even in all the automations and many other things that we do, it's not fully on autopilot. There is at least angle of human intervention to kind of validate certain aspects before it comes into production or something like that. So I think these are all the kind of human interaction, because at some point in time the value will come when the technology, be it AI or whatever, comes in kind of collaboration with the humans. I think we cannot see them in isolation, and that's why in any of those things that we are building, we are bringing all of this together.
Thanks, Ram. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you for the opportunity. Great to meet you again.